Recording in progress.
Great.
And lobby's empty, so then
Awesome. Lobby's good.
ready for Lexi.
Got Matt. I got 4. I got 5. Just wait. All right. Chair sees a quorum and calls this meeting of the Whitestown Town Council to order at 7 o'clock. Will you all please join me to stand for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you all. Next, we'll have the roll call members.
Councilman Worrell.
Here.
Councilman Miller.
Present.
Councilman Baum.
Howdy.
Councilwoman Austin.
Present.
Councilman Wishick.
Here.
All right, thank you, everyone. Next, we'll move on to a special order of business to open up. As you all know, this is the January meeting, so this is the election of officers for the year. So we'll start with the election of president. I will now open up nominations.
I'll make a motion to nominate Clinton Baum as president.
Second.
We got a motion, a second. We'll add that name to the nominations. Are there further nominations for president? Do I have a motion to close
So
nominations?
So moved.
I've got a motion. Is there a second?
I'll second it.
Motion, a second. Nominations are now closed. I'll make a motion to elect, I guess someone else should make that motion.
I would just say, I make a motion we vote by yes.
A motion to, by acclamation.
By
There
acclamation
you go.
for the president role.
Second.
We got a motion, a second. Further discussion. All those in favor? Matt, please call the roll.
Oh, shoot.
Councilman Worrell.
Aye.
Councilman Miller.
Yes.
Councilman Baum.
Yes.
Councilwoman Austin.
Yes.
Councilman Wishick.
Yes.
All right, motion's adopted. Thank you, everyone. I appreciate the opportunity. Thank you for allowing me to serve as president this past year. I think we've had a lot of great things happen, and there's so much more to come with the announcement of Home Field. That was a great win for our community, and I know that in the coming days we're going to have more positive coming forward, and I appreciate the faith that you've shown in me and the support of the council and community, and I look forward to this next year in 2022, and hopefully there will be a time when we are able to come out of the pandemic and we are going to be all together again full-time. With that, I would now open up nominations for vice president.
I would make a motion that we nominate Eric Miller as vice president.
I'll second the motion. Further nominations for vice president? I'll make a motion to close nominations for vice president.
Second.
Motion and second. Nominations are now closed. And I make a motion to elect Eric Miller vice president by acclamation.
Second.
We got a motion and a second. Mr. Sumner, please call the roll.
Councilman Worrell.
Aye.
Councilman Miller.
Yes.
Councilman Baum.
Yes.
Councilwoman Austin.
Yes.
Councilman Wishick.
Yes.
All right, motion's adopted. Congratulations, Eric.
Thank you.
All right, next we move on to the regular agenda. I have no presentations listed at this time. And are there any questions for the clerk treasurer's report? Town manager report for sewer or water? All right, seeing none, we'll move on to department reports. I would like to take an opportunity to call attention to Danny and Todd. As some of you may not know, just recently, the MPO announced the issuance of federal grant dollars for infrastructure projects. And Whitestown was awarded a total project cost of $9 million with $7 million to be paid for in federal funding for us to do our connector project in relation to the new interchange and connecting over to 575, including a roundabout at that area. That was approved by this council last year to put some designs together in a hope and effort that through our pre-planning and getting a shovel-ready project together, our staff working on those plans and being prepared would be able to go to the MPO and to get that approval. We expected that if we did get approval, it would not be until 2027 because of the calendar for the MPO. And now we got approval not only for the money, but 2 years ahead of schedule. So now that project is slated for 2025. Because of the work that the team did to be prepared for this, the pre-planning, getting the project shovel ready, and pushing us forward, we're going to have infrastructure in place sooner and significantly funded by the federal government and not by taxpayer dollars, not by our local taxpayer dollars, so that we are set up for the way that our growth has been going. We are putting together plans, we are getting infrastructure put into place, we're utilizing multiple streams of revenue to be as efficient and effective as possible to serve this community, and that comes from the staff and the work that they do. So I just wanted to take this opportunity to thank them and the work that they put in to get us to this point, and it is just such a great opportunity. You may recall the last MPO project was the roundabout at Indianapolis Road, and that was only a $3.5 to $4 million project. This is double that, more than double that project, and we're ready to go because of it. So thank you. Great job to you and to the rest of staff.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Any other comments or questions on department reports? And reminder to department heads, look forward to seeing your annual report in the coming days for the month of February. Mr. Sumner, any public requests to speak on non-agenda items?
I have none.
All right. And for planning purposes, any for agenda items?
I have none.
All right. Nathan, anyone from the Zoom call?
No one on the Zoom call has asked to speak yet on agenda or non-agenda items.
Anyone here holding on to a request to speak? Come on up. Go forward.
Name is Cameron Norris. Just wanted to say I reviewed the last meeting and the police chief and what he had to say as far as the speeding and the signs up, and I do appreciate that has happened. The street department got the new signs up quickly, and that has made a huge difference in the neighborhood. I have noticed that. I do feel that with due diligence and staying on it, though, people are going to get lazy and back to it. But I'm very happy and very encouraged with what I've seen, and just hope that they keep the continued the continued monitoring of the speed up. So we do appreciate that.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Moving on to the approval of the consent agenda.
Mr. President, I make a motion that we approve the consent agenda to include item A, approval of meeting minutes from December 8th, 2021. B, claims, the December 2021 expenses town, December 2021 revenues town, December utility claims, which includes water operating, wastewater operating. C, consider expenditure exceeding $5,000, not to exceed $7,324.10, uniform services agreement for 120 water. D, consider expenditure exceeding $5,000, not to exceed $993,601, acceptance and approval of parent low bid for the community crossings paving project. E, consider expenditure exceeding $5,000, not to exceed $19,700, the job classification study. F, consider expenditure exceeding $5,000, not to exceed $18,500, the police department annual CAD software payment. G, consider expenditure exceeding $5,000, not to exceed $300,000, lease purchase of the new ambulance. H, consider expenditure exceeding $5,000, not to exceed $52,460, approval of design contract for medians on Whitestown Parkway. And I, consider approval of engagement letter with Crone for 2022 sewer bonds.
I've got a motion to adopt the consent agenda. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Got a motion and a second. I do want to point out with community crossings item there, thank you again to Danny and his staff for getting prepared. This is the state money that comes through. So this is just a pass through of the funds we receive. So again, another opportunity here. We're just under $1 million of funding for our road infrastructure through the next generation. There it is, next level funding from the governor's office through state funds. So great work to your team on having those projects ready to go so that we can win this funding.
since it's Danny Powers Appreciation Night, I also want to thank Danny for item H, the median design that we're doing on Whitestown Parkway. That's a huge concern for the Eagles Nest folks, and it's going to be a great safety addition to our town. So he turned that around really quick, so I appreciate that.
Mr. Sumner, please call the roll.
Councilman Worrell.
Aye.
Councilman Miller.
Yes.
Councilman Baum.
Yes.
Councilwoman Austin.
Yes.
Councilman Wishick.
Yes.
All right. Moving on, no unfinished business tonight. So next item we have is new business. Consider resolution amending fire EMS resolution 2021-36. Pull that one up. Resolution 2021-36 of the Whitestown Town Council, joint resolution 2021-06 of the Worth Township Advisory Board, a joint resolution amending the fire schedule for emergency, the fee schedule for emergency ambulance services. Mr. Worrell, anything on this one?
Yeah, I mean, good conversations with the township on the fire board. Appreciate the partnership that we're getting from the township, and looking forward to providing the good service that we have been.
All right. Mr. Wishick?
No.
All right. I'd offer motion to adopt resolution number 2021-36.
Second.
Motion is second. Is there further discussion? Hearing none, all those in, Mr. Sumner, please call the roll.
Councilman Worrell.
Aye.
Councilman Miller.
Yes.
Councilman Baum.
Yes.
Councilwoman Austin.
Yes.
Councilman Wishick.
Yes.
All right. Thank you, everyone. Moving on, consider ordinance concerning 2022 salary ordinance amendment, ordinance 2022-01. Here we are. Ordinance 2022-01, an ordinance of the Town Council of the Town of Whitestown, Indiana, amending ordinance 2021-32, the 2022 salary ordinance.
Mr. President, I make a motion that we suspend the rules and have second reading this evening.
You got motions, there a second?
Second.
Motion is second for the discussion. Hearing none, Mr. Sumner, please call the roll.
Councilman Worrell.
Aye.
Councilman Miller.
Yes.
Councilman Baum.
Yes.
Councilwoman Austin.
Yes.
Councilman Wishick.
Yes.
Motion's adopted, rules are suspended for second read. Amend joint resolution 2021-36 of the Town Council of Whitestown, a joint resolution amending the fee schedule for emergency ambulance services.
We're on 3.
Oh, I'm sorry. Ordinance 2022-01, an ordinance of the Town Council of the Town of Whitestown, Indiana, amending ordinance 2021-32, the 2022 salary ordinance.
Mr. President, I make a motion, we adopt ordinance 2022-01.
Second.
Motion is second. Further discussion. Mr. Sumner, please call the roll.
Councilman Worrell.
Aye.
Councilman Miller.
Yes.
Councilman Baum.
Yes.
Councilwoman Austin.
Yes.
Councilman Wishick.
Yes.
All right, motion's adopted. Is there other business to come before the council this evening? Hearing none, I'll offer a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Motion second for the discussion. Mr. Sumner, please call the roll.
Councilman Worrell.
Aye.
Councilman Miller.
Yes.
Councilman Baum.
Yes.
Councilwoman Austin.
Yes.
Councilman Wishick.
Yes.
Motion's adopted. We are adjourned. Thank you, everyone, for joining tonight. Have a great evening.
Coming out.